Hi, everyone. Let's get started on today's lesson about protons. Our goal today is to have you be able to find the protons in any element that's on the periodic chart. And it's very easy. I'm sure this is probably one of the easiest skills that you'll be asked to do in this unit. So let's get started. If you have your practice worksheet open, the first skill we're going to learn is finding the number of protons in elements here, and these are your practice ones, but we're going to scroll down and go to the directions, and I'll go over those with you. So today's skill, how to find the number of protons. Anytime you see this little P with the plus sign, that's me abbreviating protons instead of writing it out. So because they have a positive charge, you'll see that I have a little plus sign in the exponent right there. Let's get started on the directions and the background information. A chemical element is a pure substance that consists entirely of one type of atom. Elements are represented by symbols. So whether you're using your periodic chart that I gave you, your copy, or one that's online, you're going to see all of these symbols on the periodic chart and more if you use the bottom. Sometimes the chemical element makes sense, like B for boron and C for carbon, and sometimes the abbreviation may not make sense to you. And that's because they've used the Latin word and the letters in the Latin word for sodium. For instance, Na isn't the first two letters in sodium, but it is the first two letters in natrium, which is its Latin word. So let's go back to our worksheet. So H is for hydrogen and Na is for sodium. And in every atom, there are three subatomic particles. We've got protons that are positive, electrons that are negative, and neutrons that are neutral. The number of each of these subatomic particles can be easily determined. You just have to know how to use the periodic chart, so that's what I'll show you. The atomic number of each element is determined by the number of protons each element has in the nucleus. So the way we give it an atomic number is by knowing how many protons it has. That's what that sentence is saying. So if we discovered that phosphorus had 15 protons, then that's the atomic number we would give it. Anytime they're creating new elements, when they find out how many protons it has, then that's its atomic number. Notice that carbon is 6 and phosphorus is 15. The whole number within each square of each element is its atomic number. So you're probably going to see more than one number in each square, but the whole number is the one that you want to look at to determine the number of protons, just as a reminder. And another thing that's important to know is that the number of protons will be the same whether you're looking for ions or isotopes or the atom of that particular element. So the proton number always stays the same. That's kind of what makes it the easiest to find. So if we change the number of protons, that changes the actual element. Notice that 15 is phosphorus and 16 isn't phosphorus anymore. It's oxygen. Ooh, it's oxygen, silly. It's sulfur. Oxygen is 8. Sorry about that. All right. So therefore, even though the isotope P32 has a different number of neutrons than the atom of phosphorus, it still has the same number of protons. So the isotope will have a different number of neutrons, but it'll always have the same number of protons. So if we did one together, let's do beryllium. We'll look it up on our chart. You can pause it if you want to take a moment to find it yourself and see if you're correct. And then beryllium is in group 2. Remember, periods go horizontally across the chart, and periods are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of them, and groups go vertically. So in group 2 is where you'll find beryllium. Beryllium has an atomic number of 4, so it has 4 protons. The next one on our list to find is calcium. So it's again in group 2. Go ahead and find it. Hopefully you've already found it, and it's here. It has 20 protons. And then our last one is fluorine. It's in group 17. So again, pause it if you need to so that you can get it before I do. And look up fluorine in group 17. And you should see that it has 9. Now go ahead and try it yourself back at the beginning of our chart. Go ahead and do the examples and your practice problems yourself.